Videos by YGOSmurf. Be creative. Hey guys, YGOSmurf here, and today I will be introducing you some monsters that I think everyone should really know. Excuse me for the sniffly nose if you can hear it or not. I can. So the reason why I think these cards should be known by everyone in at least the current format is due to the fact that they affect ritual monsters and the effectiveness of ritual monsters in general. And with one of the main, if not the main deck right now being Nekroz ritual monster deck, by the way, in case you're out of the loop or under a rock, these cards can make very impactful tech or staples in that deck, and you should know what they do so that way you're not surprised by them. And these monsters, of course, by the title, you can tell, are Djinn of Rituals, which in English means Genie of Rituals. The things that all of this, I guess, mini archetype has in common is that they are a dark fiend-type monster, and they all have this shared effect, which reads, when you ritual summon a ritual monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard as one of the monsters required for the ritual summon. And then they get an additional effect. That additional effect is different for each one, going from your opponent being unable to special summon monsters, from you drawing cards, and all of this is dependent on the ritual monster that the specific Djinn was used to summon. Before we get into each card and their own particular effect, I'm just going to give you some kind of cool facts about them. All the Djinns are weirdly obese humanoid figures that are predominantly one color, as well as they all are wielding some sort of huge or magical weapon, as well as every Djinn having a skull somewhere on that magical weapon. So first up, the most prevalent Djinn of Rituals out there is going to be Djinn, Releaser of Ritual. He is a level 3, and his effect reads, while the ritual monster is face up, your opponent cannot special summon monsters. And I'm guessing from just hearing that you can see why this card is the staple for all Nekroz decks, even if it's only at 1. The fact that you can just be like, you're not going to special summon while I have my freaking Trishula on the board, that's a no-brainer. And that's really devastating and is their own personal, non-affecting vanities, emptiness of doom. Next up we have Presider of Rituals, and he is a level 4 whose effect reads, draw one card when the ritual monster destroys a monster by battle. This effect isn't as good as Releaser, but being able to generate card advantage simply by destroying your opponent's monsters is really good and can definitely benefit any ritual deck. Next up we have Curesenchanter of Rituals. He is a level 4 whose effect is when the ritual monster is face up, negate the effects of synchro monsters. This guy is completely dead. Pretty much useless. Not very helpful. I mean, synchros are still around and can stop Quasar and whatnot, but it's not prevalent in the meta. No one would be running this. Maybe they would be siding it. So, if you're a synchro heavy deck, be on the lookout, I guess. Moving on, we have Djinn Prognasticator of Rituals. He is a level 3, and his effect reads, your opponent discards one card when they take battle damage. I mean, this card is good, but it's not really relevant in the meta. I feel like this card is definitely a win more card, so therefore people won't really run it. What a win more card is something that when you already have the advantage, you gain even more advantage. I just don't think it's going to be played much, but you should still know that it's out there and some crazy guy could be running it and finding some broken ways to use it. Next up we have Disserere. I don't know how to say it. If you know how to say it in like type language, go ahead and put it down below. He is a level 1, and his effect is ritual monsters are not affected by trap cards. That's really good. I could definitely see someone running this and teching this, so if you're heavily relying on trap cards for defense, this is a good out to that, so you should be cautious and maybe run some more spell monster removal rather than trap monster removal if you can. Last but certainly not least, we have Djinn Demolisher of Rituals. He is a level 3 and his effect reads, the ritual monster can't be targeted by your opponent's card's effect. This guy I could definitely be seeing more play and definitely main decked like Releaser, because it's going to be like, now you can't target me, because most card effects target you, and if you can no longer target that 2700 attack Trishula, you're kind of, you're in a bad place, okay? You just are. And so yeah, those are the Djinn of Rituals. They got some kind of scary effects, and just to give a really quick run through of what all of them can do again, if you need a recap, go back to the monster, it'll be on your screen, pause the video and read its effect for yourself. While you're at it, double check their attacks and defense, because, you know, normal summoning a monster is always something that you might have to do, so you should definitely know which ones are going to be weaker and which ones are going to be stronger. So real quick, run through. Releaser, he stops special summon. Presider, he allows you to draw a card for destroying a monster. Curesenchanter, he negates the effects of synchro monsters. Prognasticator, he makes your opponents discard anytime they take battle damage. Disserere makes your ritual monster unaffected by trap cards, and Demolisher makes your ritual monster untargetable by your opponent. So some quick rulings to help you counteract these ridiculous effects of the Djinns mixed with the ridiculous effects of the Nekroz. There are some interesting things. So make sure you read the ritual card itself, the ritual spell card, because if it says that the level has to equal exactly something, you can catch your opponent on that. If it says that it has to use specific types of monsters or attributes, you can catch your opponent on that. Another thing to note is that if you're facing a Nekroz player, they're most likely going to be running that single tour guide to get the Releaser out onto the field. So if you can stop the tour guide before they get their Djinn, you got a good setup. I hope this video has informed you and helped you with Nekroz and just ritual monsters in general, and understanding Djinns of Rituals, or rather the Genie of Rituals. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. It helps me out. Comment your thoughts about the Djinns, Nekroz, the meta as is, which Djinns you think are going to be the most commonly run in Nekroz, down below in the comments below. I want to know. I cannot competitively play all that much, so I like to know what's going on still. Share this video so your friends know what you're talking about. Subscribe me if you deem me worthy. Have a wonderful day, guys.